You seriously never played this? Lennon.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey,
you
what's
seriously never
up?
played this. Here's the skeleton lady.
Lady. Hello there. Well done for surviving one without being captured and cooked. Hello, I didn't expect to see other adventurers way out here. Actually, you might be able to help me obtain my next artifact.
Is that misspelled, or is that how the
Yes.
British spell it?
I guess it's British. Both.
Oh, wait. Isn't
Sure.
isn't it like Professor Artifact or something? What's the
Skeleton?
professor's name? I'm gonna look it up.
Indiana Jones. There's a gem in that cave, but it's behind thick glass. I wonder how I'm gonna have to get through that thick glass.
Let me smash.
Maybe with my ability that goes through thick glass. Ow! I hit a mushroom. Stopped. Hey, what's up?
You like
Alright,
this? You
get
like
out
what
here.
you see?
Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. So we were talking before we started this episode.
Well, maybe it is a female.
As we usually do. Yeah.
Its name is Clara.
Clara,
Gender female.
that's right.
Dr.
What the-
Bones. Way to go, game. Good on you.
That's what I do with those.
Oh, now we can go back.
We're not going back.
Good.
Can't look
I
back.
just
You
want
can
to say,
never look back.
I just want to say, good on you, Yooka-Laylee and Platonic Games, for allowing a skeleton woman to be shirtless in this game.
Progress has been made here today.
Free the nipple, indeed.
Why did it just make fun of me? Those eyes made fun of me. Got it. We really are next gem adventurers. Ha 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 ha. I didn't even see myself pick it up. I really
It's
didn't.
very foggy.
Is it? Oh. I hit a wall. Shit. Anyway, you were talking about, before we started, you were talking about your podcast. New
Yeah.
podcast you got going on.
Pat George and I's brand new podcast,
Yeah,
The Buddha Boys.
George.
Well, at this point, it's not brand new, but it's
I mean,
new.
you got one episode.
Well, I mean, when this episode airs, we'll probably have 2 or 3 out.
Oh, well, yeah, actually,
Which
you
is
might
still
have
pretty
3.
new.
That's true.
Still pretty new. We release
Ba-da-da-ba-da.
every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I am.
Yeah, go
Do you
on.
want to pause?
No, go on.
Okay. We record we post our episodes every Wednesday. We are
Yeah, actually, let me pause for let's
Okay.
pause for
We'll
a
be right
second.
back. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, hey, don't worry about that. Where am I gonna go now?
Oh,
Where
that
am I
mushroom
gonna
has
go
your
now?
number.
Yep.
So Pat and I have a podcast called The Buddha Boys. We release every Wednesday, and what we do is whenever we get together, we
Wednesday,
have
okay.
12. We have 12 articles that we have, and we pick them out of we pick numbers randomly out of a jar, and then we read 3 of those 12 random articles.
Okay.
We read them live on air, and you get like our live reaction from them. Like it's like
I'm good.
a lot of them so far, not gonna lie, due to Pat's bias, have been paranormal or
Nothing wrong with
supernatural
that.
in nature.
Yeah.
But it still leads to really fun and enjoyable conversation. And one thing that I really like in the episodes that haven't come out yet as time of recording this,
Yeah. I'm excited for one came out today.
one will be coming out later today. Yeah, it hasn't
Cool.
posted yet. We're still kind of sluggish in the posting process because of
Okay.
we've just recently been approved, so things don't go up like right away.
Sure.
So one thing that we've been doing that we really like a lot, and we need fans like you guys listening
Yeah.
to help us out with this.
Get on that, because I really enjoyed the first episode.
Thanks, man. That really means a lot to me. I truly mean that.
Yeah.
One thing that I really like that people have been doing is we do at the beginning of episode 2. It happens at the beginning of episode, I think maybe every episode, or at least episode 2 or 3. It might be episode 3 is when we first introduce it.
Okay.
We have people who write in, who like
Go.
give us topics. They
Oh,
wanna
that's
hear
right.
us
Yeah,
discuss. So what we do is we take suggestions from fans too. Like if you have an article you want us to read, absolutely send it to us, and we will add it to the mix. time means nothing to you, Lennon. But if you give us a suggestion for an article you'd like us to read, it enters the mix.
So cool.
It enters the mix of 12. So one thing, we've done those. Sometimes people, when you ask for their topics or like articles, what people do is they just ask you random questions. So we've been starting our episodes off with rapid fire round that usually ends up being 30 to 45 minutes.
How rapid of you.
Of Pat and I like answering questions and trying to be as concise as possible answering those questions. Which is really, really fun. And I think as like the podcast, as far as the podcast goes, it creates a really, really nice idea of like who we are. So before we get into just discussing, that is the most up-to-date reference he's made on the show yet.
Mid-90s?
Yeah.
I only know it because of Weird Al. I'm sorry. Hate to spoil the fun on that one.
I don't know about the viewers, but I've assumed that most of your references are thanks to Weird Al.
You're probably very accurate.
But I like the idea of like people asking us like some of the questions are random. Like my one friend Jared asked us, "What's our favorite type of potato?" But like no matter what the question is, it leads to us discussing some aspect of ourselves.
Okay.
So I think it helps the listener get to know us, the Buddha Boys, a little bit better.
That's pretty cool. What was the point of coming over here?
There you go. So what we're also working on. Hopefully by episode 5 we can have like sort of like a preview.
That should have worked. Go ahead.
Yeah, right? This is crazy. We should have like a preview prepared where for if you want to try and get your friends to listen or if you want to share it with people, it's just sort of like what to expect from the Buddha Boys. It'll be 5 to 10 minutes long and just like a compilation of some of our most fun moments we've had early on in the show.
That's pretty cool.
And
those compilations are always really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The podcast I used to have did those. I think it was every 15 episodes.
That's awesome.
The 15th episode would be dedicated to the craziest and best moments.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
And it's really, really nice because it's just, I think...
Fucking lick it. Fucking, why?
I think some people...
right there.
I think some people will have a hard time. All of our shows end up between an hour and a half and 2 hours. Which is long. But
sure.
I think it gives, like...
That's pretty good for a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, for some people it's a little long, and for some people it's, like, a little short. It depends on what you're comparing us, putting us up against, like, comparison-wise. But I really enjoy it, and I'm not saying this just because I'm part of the podcast. I get that I'm incredibly biased.
Yeah.
But I truly do think it's gotten a little better every time we record.
That's pretty cool.
All the music and stuff.
How far ahead are you guys recording?
We're trying not to record super far ahead. So,
episode
one was recorded a week before release. Episode 2 was recorded not last week, but the week before last, and we'll record this Wednesday.
Okay.
And then we also recorded episode 3 the same day. So we get a little, it's...
You got that backlog.
We've got a small...
It's similar to what we do here.
Yeah.
Where
it's nice
a missing week may happen. You gotta have that content.
Oh, for sure. You definitely have to have that in case you do end up missing a week.
Yep.
But one thing is we also want the articles and things that we're talking about to be
relevant. Gotta stay
relevant. If it's gonna be a topical one.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't... for, like, the supernatural ones, some of those, it doesn't matter that if the article was written 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like, for example, on episode 2, one of the articles that got pulled was about
Spoilers.
how, this is a little preview.
You can take this to the bank.
One of the articles that got pulled was one about how Kathy Griffin and her lawyer are, like, kind of pointing fingers at
like pussies.
War and Marilyn Manson and other artists and saying, why weren't you upset when they did it?
Right.
That would be weird if that released in
fair.
August.
That's well, yeah. Good point.
So we try not to have too deep of a backlog.
That's pretty fair.
We usually keep 1 or 2 in the bank.
Good ramps.
Oh, you love your ramps.
Good loops.
Hoops and ramps.
Hoops and
two
ramps.
favorite things.
The hooping, I'm hooping and ramping.
But I love...
Oh, God.
There's a lot I love about it so far, and I feel I feel really, really good about it.
It seems so professional.
Yeah.
And that's the best. I don't know that I've ever told this to you yet, but this channel is the most professional YouTube project I think I've done.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful about that. Because
That's
I
really
did
cool.
a couple different... I did a few channels with some other friends.
Yeah.
As you may have been aware. Like a couple other Let's Play channels. And none of my friends maintained the professionalism or the actual like desire to strongly maintain the channel
Yeah.
as much as we have with you.
Well, I think.
Fucking love that, and you have no idea how much I actually love that.
And like Pat and I were talking about this too because he has another podcast, GDP,
The
Gross
GDP,
Domesticated Podcast, which he hasn't. He isn't as strict with when he posts his episode. He posts episodes when he gets them.
Okay.
You know, he doesn't have a real structure to it, stuff like that.
Sure.
He has like a song, all that good stuff. But like, what's really, really important for gaining an audience is regularity.
Yeah, being
forget
able
the-
to be.
Don't forget to mind the gap.
Yeah, oh, that gap. Yeah.
Gotcha last time.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a regular releasing schedule so
Yeah.
people can count on you.
It's a lot like bowel movements.
Yes.
Like, but for real, like if you go,
It is. You have to be regular with it, and you always end up producing shit.
yeah. But it is like if you want
health
any,
upgrade?
if you want any amount of success, you really have to absolutely like be
Sick.
so good. That
Yep.
was a good nab.
That was sick.
But if you want any sort of, if you want to build like a good following, it's really, really important to be highly consistent.
Yep.
And I'm one, like, I will say, I think that's why this channel is so professional, is because both you and I have that mentality. Like, it's not it isn't a passion project for one of us. It's something we both want to be successful.
Yep.
And that's what I'm finding with the Buddha Boys with Pat as well, is it is a project where he and I equally both want it to be successful.
Yep.
So, Pat, I mean, I'll say right from the top, Pat has done incredible work with like the music and stuff for the show.
Yeah.
He made our
Well, as I would expect him to do.
he made our theme song for the show, which is amazing.
That's cool. Can you
We
make
have-
one for us?
I'll ask him if he wants to do a new
Okay.
one for us. I think he'd be down. He made
no.
but you got a new tonic.
Oh, cool. I bet that's the underwater killing one, finally.
But he did our theme song for the show. He did our break music for the show.
That's pretty cool.
He did our outro, which is just like
electricity.
He did our outro, which like is just like a nice little chime.
Yeah.
It's no music or anything. It's just a nice little chime, so you know the episode's over. And then another spoiler for the audience. is
Whoa.
We
Buckle
he
up,
made,
everybody.
He made 2 new songs. One for so in our topics, there's one of the numbers is assigned what we call Buddha Boy's choice. So
Okay.
what the Buddha Boy's choice is,
Well, fuck me.
instead of an article that any of us had brought to the table,
Okay.
whatever Buddha Boy draws it gets to pick what we talk about.
Oh.
It doesn't even have to be an article. So he made
Really?
yeah. So he made music for when we do Buddha Boy's Choice. Fuck, that sucks. He created a song for Buddha Boy's Choice.
Okay.
And then for when we pull a listener article, he made a song for Buddha Baby's Choice. And then he also made a rapid fire round song for when we start off the show. So
That's cool.
across the board, just really, really, like, he definitely cares about it a whole bunch.
That's really awesome.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Thank you so much for
Tomorrow-
hearing me listening to me.
Thank you
talk
for
about
hearing me
podcasts.
listen.
Thanks for hearing me listen.
Whoops.
Next time, we'll finish this puzzle.
Hopefully.